Hello. Today we're going to take a look at how we can use the area model and partial products to help us multiply larger numbers. Last year we spent a lot of time on area models and partial products. This strategy helps us because we can break apart numbers so that they're easier to multiply and solve. Here I'm going to multiply 18 times 3. So I'm going to write the equation right here. This is what I'm multiplying. 18 times 3. And I'm going to show you how you can break apart the number 18 to make it a little bit easier to work with. So here I broke apart 18 into tens and ones. I have one 10, which is a value of 10, and 8 ones. And here's my other factor of 3. So we're going to break apart those factors like we did, and we're going to multiply each of those numbers. So here we're going to multiply our tens by our other factor 3, and we're going to multiply our ones by our other factor 3, which is just 1. So we don't have any tens in our other factor. So here's the equation written out. We're going to do 10 times 3 plus 8 times 3. Okay, so let's start with 10 times 3. Well, I know that 10 times 3 is 30. So I'm going to write it right in that box. And then I know that 8 times 3 is 24. So mentally, you're probably able to add those pretty easily to get a product of 54, but I'm going to write it out because they won't always be real easy to do in our head like that. So I know that 30 plus 24 is 54. Therefore, my product of 18 times 3 is 54. Just going to check the reasonableness real quick with what we worked on yesterday, our estimation. I know that 18 is close to 20. So 20 times 3 should be somewhere around 60. So I know that my answer is reasonable. We're next going to take a look at how to use this area model to multiply 2-digit numbers times 2-digit numbers. Okay, so here is my 2-digit times 2-digit equation. This time I'm actually going to draw out the area model so you can see how you can draw it out as well. So I'm going to break apart my 18 into tens and ones. 1 10, which is 10, 8 ones. I'm going to break apart 13, 1 10, which is 10, and 3 ones. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at how I can multiply these together. So here are my boxes. I've color-coded them to make it a little bit easier for us to follow. So in my green box, I have 10 times 10, and over here I wrote out 10 times 10. So I can solve that a little bit easier. Then in my blue box, I have 10 times 8. So I wrote that out here, 10 times 8. Yellow box is 3 times 10. So here I wrote out what I'm solving. And the purple box, 3 times 8. So I'm going to solve those. So let's do 10 times 10 first. I know that 10 times 10 is 100. I can keep track over here as well. I know that 10 times 8 is 80. I'm going to line up my numbers so it's easier for me to add when I'm done multiplying. 3 times 10, I know, is 30. And 8 times 3 is 24. There we have that. Okay, so now I'm going to add these partial products together to get my final product. 4 ones. We know that 8 plus 2 is 10. 10s, right? Plus the 3 is 13. So I can do that. So now I have 234 as my product. I'm going to quickly make an estimate to make sure that that's a reasonable answer. 18 rounds to 20. 13 rounds to 10. 20 times 10 is 200. And 234 is right on track.